You're listening to Healing with Art. I'm your host, Leah Guzman, board-certified art therapist and artist. In today's episode, Creativity as Medicine, we're exploring how the simple act of creating can nurture our minds, our hearts, and our bodies, just like medicine. Art has a way of reaching places that words can't, helping us process emotions, release stress, and reconnect with our inner wisdom. Whether it's painting, dancing, writing, or simply doodling in the margins of your day, creativity can be a gentle prescription for healing. We'll dive into both the science and the soul of creative healing, what happens in the brain and body when we create, and how artistic expression becomes a form of emotional and spiritual nourishment. As you listen, I invite you to reflect. When has art been your medicine? How has creativity supported you through challenging times? You can follow along with the journal prompts and show notes at leahguzmanstudio.com. Let's take a deep breath. Open your heart and let's begin. There was a time in my life when I felt completely overwhelmed. Too many responsibilities, too much noise, too much going on. My nervous system was shot. I was in overdrive. I remember walking into my studio one evening and I felt tense and restless. I didn't have a plan. I just knew I needed to paint. So I got a huge canvas, put it on the floor, got some colors, and I dipped my brush into the paint and just started playing on the canvas. And I felt that connection between my breath, my heartbeat, and the bristles against the canvas. And it was something inside of me just started to soften. My breath slowed down, my shoulders dropped, and it brought me to a calm state of mind. That was a moment I truly understood that creativity isn't just an outlet, it's medicine. I know it's something that I've always felt inside me. It's a place that I can always return to for balance. But now there's actually neuroscience to prove in an objective way that things actually happen within your body to help regulate your nervous system. How amazing is that? So over the years, both as an artist and art therapist, I've witnessed how making art can regulate the body and bring people back into a sense of presence. When words aren't enough, color, texture, and shape become the language of healing. So let's talk a little bit about what's actually happening inside of us when we create. Research has shown that engaging the arts activate brain regions linked to emotional regulation, especially in the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, which help us process emotions and manage stress. There was a study in the Frontiers in Psychology 2024 issue where they found that both making art and viewing art engage in the neural circuits that support emotional balance and resilience. So when we're actually creating, we're stimulating multiple systems at once. It's the sensory, the motor, the visual, spatial, and emotional. This integrated activity signals the parasympathetic nervous system, our body's rest and restore mode. So our heart rate slows, breathing deepens, cortisol levels drop. So we know we feel it. And now they're actually the study behind it, right? Where we can see how it's working inside our body. There was another study published in the PLOS-1 article where adults who participated in art therapy sessions showed reduced anxiety, improved emotional regulation, just by the act of creating itself, not necessarily outcome, helped ease tension in the body and mind. So when we lose ourselves in color, clay, rhythm, movement, our body is literally shifting from that fight or flight mode into create and connect. Right? We want our body to feel safe. We want it to be a place where we can teach ourselves how to relax. And it's something they don't teach us in school, unfortunately, but it's something that, as we're growing up and we're realizing that our day-to-day grind can get us into a very hyper-activated state. So we really want to find those tools, especially with art making, that's going to bring us back to a place to be calm. And what I've noticed for most creatives, even myself, that sometimes the hardest part is actually making the time for it. I know that's one of those excuses of like, oh, I don't have time. But the truth is you have to make time. You have to know that it's important enough to put it into your agenda. Literally schedule it and do it before you do the dishes, right? Because you're gonna feel better. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what it's like entering to that creative zone for myself and for my clients. So in my sessions, I often guide people into what I call the creative zone. This is that place of deep focus where time softens and the world outside just seems to fade away. When you're in that zone, your attention is steady but relaxed. Very similar to mindfulness, but instead of focusing on your breath, you can focus on shape, line, and color. Sometimes I'll invite a client to choose a color that matches how they feel inside, or to make marks that are rhythmic of their breath. Or other times we work intuitively, following what the body wants to express, not what the mind is judging. And it's amazing to witness. You can see the shift happen. So people's hands slow down, your shoulders release, your eyes soften, and the visible calm that arrives to your nervous system and helps you regulate is happening right in front of your eyes, right? You're seeing it on the paper. So this is why art therapy can be really powerful. So it's not about making a pretty picture, it's about making meaning. It's about using creativity to connect to the body, natural ability to heal. So another way to do this is actually making it your own practice, right? So something you can do without a therapist, which I know that having someone guide you can be really powerful, because a lot of times we do make art about our life and those feelings, and it's important to have that conversation to process the art, to process those feelings that are happening, connect the dots. But if you're on your own and you want to just learn some tips and tools to help you slow down and regulate your nervous system for right now, I'm going to let you know a few different exercises that you can try. You don't need a fancy studio or expensive supplies. It's just something that you can do with some markers, or if you have some watercolors, that would work. And an art journal. I highly recommend having an art journal, or a few. So the first one is 1 minute mark making. Yep, just put a timer to say, I'm going to set a timer 1 minute. And when you're feeling tense, just take a pen or a brush and make marks for 1 minute. It can be dots, it can be lines, it can be scribbles, just a repetitive pattern, right? So it's just let your body lead, play, and notice your breathing before and what does it feel like afterwards. Okay, so you got the 1 minute mark you're making. The second one is color breathing. So choose a color that represents calm for you. And as you paint or you draw with it, imagine breathing that color into that body. Let it fill your body up like you're painting your own energy field. So what color is that for you? What does that calm look like? I think for me, it would be like the color of the ocean. The blue, it's kind of like the greenish blue, that teal color, aqua. Just filling my body up. That sounds really nice. All right, for the third one, art as reflection. So just take a moment at the end of your day and create a small sketch to express what the day felt like. You know, was it hectic? Was it busy? Was it fun? Was it exquisite? So no need for perfection. It's about noticing what wants to be seen, just reflecting on your day. Just something simple. I always like to find gratitude, which is also very high vibe and makes you feel good. So that's a really great way to regulate your nervous system, is finding that gratitude and drawing about it. So those three are 1 minute mark making, color breathing, and art as a reflection. So each of these small moments tells your nervous system that you're safe and that you can relax now. All right. So if you're wanting to do some writing, there is an opportunity for that as well. So if you want to take down these questions and then give yourself some time to write about it, you can think about, when has art felt like medicine for me? So you can think about in your past, maybe it's more present, that you've been using your art as medicine. Another question that you can ask is, what sensations do I notice in my body when I create? How about what creative practices bring me a sense of calm or connection? And another one is, how can I invite more of that medicine into my daily life? So you can find these prompts in today's show notes at leahguzmanstudio.com. As we close, remember this: creativity is your birthright. It's a natural part of being human, and we honor it. We reconnect to our capacity for healing. So the next time you feel anxious, heavy, or ungrounded, pick up a brush, a pen, a piece of clay, or even your favorite song, and let creativity do what it does best: bring you home to yourself. Thank you for joining me today on Healing with Art. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might need a reminder that art truly is medicine. Until next time, keep creating, keep feeling, and keep healing.